Hey guys, Tubbi of the Nerdy Bird side here. I have the opportunity to sit down with Foolish, a local recording artist here in Baton Rouge. He has a lot coming up into the 2017-2018 term. He's working on 5 albums right now, 4 of which that are completely finished, but I'll let him tell you more about it. Would you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're working on right now, Foolish?
Oh man, who it is? This your boy. I'm Foolish, man. I'm straight out of Scotlandville, I got this music coming out. It's really finna get real. Like I've been sitting back and listening to everything, and it ain't what it's supposed to be. That's not music, you know. There's some things it's more business than it's music now. You hear me? So I got like you said, I got 5 CDs ready to drop right now. I got It Ain't No Secret Volume 1. I got The Murder Show. I got Foolish the album. I got For My Daughter, and I got More Than Luck. You know, More Than Luck is what I'm writing right now. I've been writing that since I got back home, but they ready right now, man. Let's see, the Murder Show. I'm gonna drop that one first. That's basically when I go back old school with it, you know, as far as mixtapes, you know, just killing everybody beats, you know.
Gotcha.
I feel like, you know, the mixtape game is weak right now. Everybody want to put out original stuff. I want to show you my talent, you know? I want to take your prized possession that you work so hard to make money off of and just shred it. Like once I touch a track, it's over with. I don't know what you did on the first one, you know, evidently it was hot enough for me to hear about it, but once I get a hold to it, should have been my beats. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, you've been making music for a very, very long time, you know, sitting down and talking with you. I know that you got into music early into middle school, you know, back when it was cool to, you know, steal your brother's phone and kind of, you know, record and go into the hood and everybody, you know, yes man, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, man, back then, bro, music, like, it was so raw to me, like, man, I used to always love poetry when I was little. And like, once I found out that rapping wasn't nothing but poetry with music, I was like, man, I want to do this. So like my sister and them, they'll get us in the living room, make fun of us, and then we'll be in our tight and whities and like a little towel wrapped around you and they think you're a superhero.
Gotcha.
And you know, they're just like, let's see you sing, let's hear you make a poem or something. So I'm like, alright, you know, me and my little cousin Shooter, he'll do some stuff, yeah, I do some stuff, but when I got to middle school, like, you know, I really wanted to take it serious in middle school, but you know, I didn't find myself yet. I was just rhyming words. I ain't had no meaning behind my music. It wasn't until, you know, high school at Scotlandville High that I started taking it serious. But then again, I got into a lot of trouble.
Gotcha.
So I ended up going to jail for 2 years. While my time in jail, you know, I really slowed my life down. Like, dude, you gotta find out what you want to do. Like, this ain't what's up no more being up in here. And so, you know, an old school cat sat me down and he taught me the game of chess, you heard me? You know, the object of chess is to always be prepared, you heard me? So, you know, even not just one step, you know, be prepared for once you make that move and they make theirs, you make another to counter them. But if they counter you, you counter them right back. So it's always been, you know, just being prepared. So when I come home, I applied the chess thing to my life. And then I applied it to my music. I slowed it down with my music, you know, I didn't want to be on that 30 seconds of fame in the club. I wanted some music that when you play it, you know, it'll touch you in a certain way and it'll last longer. Like when you get into it with your significant other, with a family member, or you going through something, you know, you trying to find something to help cope, you know, something to give you some comfort.
Heartfelt music.
Yeah, I want you to put my music in it, you know, and you're like, man.
That helped me through that time.
Yeah, he hit no home, like. And me, I grew up around everything. Like, it wasn't nothing that we didn't see, you know. Drugs, parents being drug addicts, you know. Being in an environment where it was just all chaos, you heard me? Like, but don't get me wrong, you know, through it all, they had those days, you know, that, you know, you get back and be like, man, I can't believe I live life like that, you heard me? Them bright days, you heard me?
Take the good with the bad.
Yeah, man, it's just, man, I'm talking about just thinking back. You know, I lost my outstanding in South Baton Rouge. I went to Polk Elementary. I don't know the name of my daycare, but it's on Maximilian Street. But my mom died when I was 5, you heard me?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's it's been real growing up with our moms, you heard me? Because you know after she died, we stayed with her aunt. Auntie Betty Cole is like my second mom, you heard me? And you know, like I said, I was staying in South Baton Rouge. I moved to Skyland, so everything I am started in Skyland. And don't get me wrong, I got love for South Baton Rouge, but I don't know nobody down there to say, oh, Cole from the South.
Right.
I'm from North Baton Rouge, you know, Skylandville, you know, Bradley Road, Elm Grove, you know. And like I say, but once Mom died, you know, that I didn't feel it back then, but they was telling me like, man, you can't be doing all this, you know, you lost Moms, I know how you supposed to feel. I didn't feel anything back then.
Right.
It wasn't until recently when my brother died, and he taught me everything there was about the streets, you know. And he had a family of 5 kids, you know. And now they grew up without a father, and the environment just hostile right now. I mean, like I say, I never felt it with Moms, but when my brother died,
It started hitting home.
oh man, I was like, no, dude, this is a dude I seen every day.
Right.
But as far as my memories start, you know,
He was there.
He was there, yeah.
That's a direct influence.
Like, you know, it really messed me up, you hear me? So I had withdrew from everybody, like, nah, I don't want to be around y'all. And I just, like, I started writing, like, yeah.
Putting your feelings on paper.
Like, yeah, if I can't come to you and tell you to feel how I feel, this pen and pad gonna listen to me every day and write down every word that I gotta say. When I come up with the CD headphone music, it's like, man, it's like my first project, my first real, you know, this me. Like, I want the world to feel my pain. Like I say on the intro, I want you to listen to me. Put your headphones on, vibe with me, feel my pain, man. If you don't like it past the intro, throw it out. I want you to do it. Like,
Right.
Ain't no sense of you listening to some music like,
That you don't vibe.
yeah, like these rappers, like, you know, they'll come up to you at the gas station and be like, man, listen to my CD, and you know, they gonna want you to buy it. But in your mind, how music is right now, you know, I'm not finna buy it, man.
I don't know what I'm buying.
Man.
I don't know what I'm about.
Yeah, then they come at you like, man, like I take a chance on them because I want them to take a chance on, man. Like, I buy it, support them, you know. I support anybody doing this, like positive, no matter what it is.
Really?
And you know, then you get their CD, then they're like, go to number such and such, such and such. I'm like, man, if I gotta skim through your CD to find a song I like, man, this ain't no good.
You should be proud of the whole project.
Yeah, man, from number 1 to whatever number on there, you know, let it roll. And shit, man, like I said, headphone music, man. If you don't make it past the intro,
Don't take it out.
take it out and make it a frisbee.
Now that is your heartfelt piece. Like, that is the piece where you directly correlate some of your most tragic experiences, some of the most emotional bouts of your journey. And you know, I'm only assuming here that at some point you kind of talk about, of course, the display of how you unravel in the process.
Yeah.
But do you go into the detail of putting yourself back together? Is your piece going into the inspiration, or is it just letting everybody know, like, this is what I feel?
Like, yeah, from the beginning, like I said, I give you, you know, the introduction of who the artist is that you're finna, you know, listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And as it goes on, it shows growth from each song, you know. It's like you know, like a essay at school, you know. You have your beginning action, your rising action, your conclusion, your falling action. Well, I don't say I said conclusion, your climax, then your falling action, then conclusion. It's through the whole CD. And like, that's how I approach music is, you want to show growth. Like, this is me at an early age. This is me at this age. This is me now. That's why I have the CD for my daughter. I call it for my daughter. It shows the real maturity that I've experienced, been preparing for my daughter and actually having her now. Like,
Nice.
I cut all ties off, like, with anything that can take away from her, whether it be the streets or just hanging, you know, with the fellas. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I still, you know, how y'all doing, but my main focus is my daughter, because in the day and in the moment, I can leave here. I gotta make sure she prepared for everything.
Right. It's priority.
And I don't wanna, you know, shield her from the world. I wanna take her to those places that I grew up in, but like, you know, this is where we come from.
Right.
And this is why we at where we at now.
Right.
Like, cause you know, once you hold it from them, you know, they gonna go adventure out, and they end up getting, they end up getting, you know, in bad situations, you know, when you hold things from children. So
if you don't know your histories, you repeat the mistakes of them.
yeah.
So you have to expose them to exactly where the direct influence starts, so that they're able to recognize their influence and steer away from it.
Yeah, and you know, and I want to talk to her as a person, not as a father talking to his daughter, like older, mature individual giving insight to a youngster that he sees has so much potential to be whatever she wants to be. Like, if we was to talk, you know, I'd tell her, you know, I wouldn't tell her like, oh, we got unicorns over there on the other side of the fence. No, baby. It's not, you know, I want her to, you know, have that imagination about those unicorns, but I want her to know the real that's on the other side of that fence. Like, they got some stuff on the other side of that fence that'll kill you in more ways than one, whether it be with violence or with any sexual activity that you get into. You gotta be smart up here, man. And I know she gonna get it. I just can't wait to have those conversations with her right now.
So the For Your Daughter project, you know, you are talking directly to your daughter, but I'm sure that the influence on those songs is to reach out to other young girls in the community. Yeah. So with that message being, you know, make sure that you're in a position where you understand reality, but you're able to dream big. What do you hope that once you drop that specific project, what do you want these girls to look at you and take from you, or to start to understand about men and the culture that we live in all together?
Like, just know that like there's no one to be trusted, because even the person that, you know, you've been married to him for 30 years, and for I'm gonna say 20 of those 30 years, he was cheating on you with Becky from across the street. But he come home every night to you, you know, oh babe, oh my day was just long. But his day ended at 12 that afternoon, but he didn't get back home to you till 6, 7 o'clock at night. You know, no one's to be trusted. You only have faith in yourself and what you can do for your kids, because kids look up to their parents for everything. Like, I never knew my father. Like, well, I knew the dude, but you know, he was never around. You know, he had other things going on with other families. You know, but he, like, by him never being around, that taught me how to be a wonderful parent. Like, I learned how to be a parent from a guy who was never there. You know, and I see him now. He has girls. You know, he treat them, you know, like royalty. You know, and I never seen him, you know, come to me in that way. You know, I guess you treat boys differently or whatever. You know, you want them to grow up rough.
But it shouldn't be an exception with love and compassion is concerned.
Yeah, you should, you know, but, you know, like I say, being from the neighborhood we going in, you know, in a neighborhood across America, you know, the father figure, either he's working, dead, in jail, or he doesn't want anything to do with the child, you know. From conversations with their mother, you know, altercations with the mother. But like I said, I want my child to grow up with everything. Like, I spoil her, like, I buy her stuff that I know she's gonna grow out of in like 2 weeks, but I want her to have the opportunity. Man, this is every day. My cousin was the drug dealers. They was my parents, not my parents, but the older people around the house. They was the clientele. Like, so, you know, it's all we saw. Like, it's like we can't, you know. Then they bring the older people have their people that they bring and they do things, you know. And they do it right in front of us, like on the couch. We watching the Teletubbies, and we look to the right, like, oh my God,
what is going on?
What is they do? Why is she gyrating on him? Like, what's going on? You know.
Now, do those influences, you know, whether they be traumatizing or eye-opening or just inspiring enough for you, you know, in the motivational sense to get away from them?
Yeah.
Does that stuff, like in the 4 projects that are completely done and the one that you're working on, did you kind of tie in a lot of your story? Yeah,
that is mainly what I'm like. I'm not, when it comes down to music, I'm a storyteller. Like, whatever topic you want to talk about, I'm gonna relate it to myself. Like, in my projects, but coming up, like, this is me, this is what I've been through, this is what made me this hardened, this guy that I am today because of the experience that I went to. I don't want to shy away from nothing. Now, although I want to make up these stories when I, you know, yeah, but it's real, and like, that's the music that people love, that real music, that authentic music. Why go in the studio and make a song about a Bugatti? I never drove in a Bugatti before. Right. I haven't even leaned on one of them, but I can tell you about this Cutlass. Right. I can tell you about this Camaro I got. I can tell you about that Delta 88 or that Impala, you know, that old school stuff, you know, because that's what's wrong. And that's what people, classic. Yeah, that's what people, they want music that they can relate to. I mean, don't get me wrong, if they're in the club doing everything, you know, and you make a song about, oh, I'm popping pills and I'm shaking my ass in the club, they can like that. Right. But if nobody go to the club, man, they gonna do like the old school people do. They had to turn that shit off. Yeah, man. But them projects, I just want people just, with anything I have my name on, you hear me? When it come to me, I just know it. I just want you to know that it's from the heart, it's real, you know. And if I said it, it's the law.
Right. Now, you're such a genuine person, and, you know, you hear that in your music, it's represented in your demeanor, you know. I think it's a beautiful thing that where your brand is concerned, now that you kind of touch base on what it is and what it means to you. But I think it's such a awesome thing that you directly tie the people that matter to you into the forms of your business. So when your success is concerned, you really are building an empire, so to speak. You know, you want to keep it in the family, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, Foolish Music Family. Even with the name Foolish, my cousin, rest in peace to Fulio. You know, my cousin Latham, his name was Fulio, and for me, you know, just to keep, you know, he inspired me to do so much when I was little. I looked up to him like a big brother, you know. So to help keep his name alive, you know, my stage name was Cole. I took Cole because Cole is my last name, and when I take the stage name as Cole, I'm representing more than just myself. I'm representing my family. Yeah. But you know, my other brother was like, nah, you gotta give him some, you know, because you never know how things will go. You hear me? So give him a name that, you know, that's gonna be something that's you, and it's hard. I'm foolish, you know, just to keep that legacy of my cousin going, you know. Man, but with the Foolish Music Family, you know, everything that it is of that entity is family orientated, from my web designs, my graphic designs, my management, my business accounting, everything is in-house. My cousin Terencia, she went to school for graphic design, nice. So I don't have to worry about, you know, paying nobody to come up with my ideas, putting them on paper, taking my pictures, because, hey, she right there. My sister's a good businesswoman. Like, anything that is me dealing with money, you know, she coached me on how to handle it, you know, but I let her, I let her handle it, you hear me? Even though I am hands-on with my money, I let her oversee my money.
Because you can trust that she's going to do what she's supposed to.
Yes, and like I say, she grew up in that environment too, so she know where we coming from. Right. My sister-in-law, you know, she's a good management woman. Like, she manages a group, and you know, I want to get her to, you know, come over to our side. You know, I don't want nobody else but her to manage us. You hear me? So, and like I say, everything else, even with my beat man, you know, these are guys, you know, that I was getting in trouble with in the neighborhood. You know, they mad scientists for me, man. When it comes down to beats, like my cousin Arthur, oh man, that dude there, he gotta be messed up in the head. I tell everybody, like, to make a beat, you gotta be like on a whole nother level. Yeah, like for me to give you a hook or an idea, and you go to pulling these instruments from everywhere. You know how all these instruments sound. You gotta be mad. You gotta be a madman. Beezy, he's big on my project. He was one of the first guys that put me in the studio. You know, he's a mad scientist too. You know, for whatever they got going on at home, so to the time they come to make them beats, all that factor in when they come to making that beat. I could just see them like those old cartoons when you see the guy on the piano, he just going crazy and lightning in the background. You know, those are those guys, man. And like I say, everything just family orientated. Foolish Music Family from the ground up, you know.
That's what's up. Now, I know that you've been doing some performances and you have some shows coming up more recently than not. You're going to tell everybody where they'd be able to come in and actually check you out in person so they can vibe with you and kind of pick up on your energy, because you're such a dope person.
Oh man, just like when I go in that zone, bro, y'all got to see me perform. It's like, it's something that you'll never see before. Like, you can tell from whatever songs I'm performing. Like tonight, Club MVP on Greenwood Springs Road, you know, we're gonna be in the building. The whole Foolish Music Family, Shooter just come home, and we trying to turn up. We got the In Your House showcase coming up at the Hookah Lounge. You know, if y'all want to come out, you know, hookah's on me. You know, we gonna turn up, man. It's like, we want to give y'all this music, you know. Mm-hmm. For those who will never get a chance to have a one-on-one conversation, you know, when y'all come see us here and hear this music, y'all feel like the stuff that we talking about, y'all was just doing it with us, you know. Just, man, it's a different vibe when we on stage, man. It's what we live for, to put on, you know, to bring us to y'all. And it's just a spectacle. I ain't man, it's a spectacle. It's up there.
Now, knowing that you're getting ready to start releasing some of these projects, and you sat on them for whether it was a means of perfecting them, or if you just wanted to be able to kind of release them back to back, or if you just kind of really still embedding those ideas and making sure that once you get ready to release that they're exactly what you wanted them to be.
Yeah.
But once you start releasing, what is kind of the expectation for you? I ask artists all the time, when it comes to the ideal of success or failure, if there's a such thing to you, where do you kind of want to find yourself? Why are you trying to work so hard in the means of what your music is going to do for people?
I want, when I release this music, man, I want that notoriety, man, good music is out there, and in the end, I want to, get paid for it, because like I said, I have my daughter,
right, and
everything I do is for her. So whether it be selling CDs on the corner or slinging rocks back in the hood, everything I do is for her. I want her to grow up and want for nothing. Like once you hear that music, bro, I want you to come to it man, I gotta support this dude. Man, his vision, his dreams is more than Baton Rouge. I want people from New York to hit me up on the internet or hit me up on my cellular. Man, dude, I feel like I was in Baton Rouge with you, man. But your music hits us so close to home up here, because we go through similar things. The hood is the hood in every city in the world, man. It won't ever change,
Culture doesn't change.
Only thing that change is the way they pronunciate their words. Let's don't be the only thing, because a rat gonna still be a rat. A hustler gonna be a hustler. A cop gonna be a cop. And they got that old lady that's on the street that everybody respect, and it's everywhere, man. So once you hear this music and you hear all that in my music, you want to get behind foolish music, And then when you hear it, it's man, why are these dudes bigger than what they are? Don't get us wrong. We got the music that'll get somebody beat up in the club. We got some music that'll help this student get through that test. When I was in college, the thing that got me through my college experience was my music, being able to go back down and listen to the same, I may have wrote this song 3 months ago,
right,
but if I'm listening to it now, I'm going through something now, and I listen to man, it really don't change. Come on, man, I motivate myself, just to do better and be bigger. I won't, because I'm already counted out there being a black guy anyway,
right,
and from the environment that I'm from, I'm already got,
sure.
Yeah, so I want to just be better than what's perceived of me, though, and I want that for everybody, especially my daughter. So when they listen to that music, I want that music to be very, very lucrative, so she can enjoy the best of life,
That's what's up. Now, knowing that your daughter is such a direct influence in not only your music, but your everyday life and the way that you handle things, the way that you think, what advice can you give to not only single parents out there, whether that be male or female? What advice can you give to upcoming artists who are trying to, juggle both that family ground and their artistry? Because it's not an easy thing to be able to really express yourself and, go after the entrepreneurship that has to be fueled behind your music and still be a very active and on top of the game type of parent, because I lived that life. I know it's not easy. And I had a single father. My story is a little bit different. My mother wasn't there. My father died raising 5 of us to make sure we never wanted for anything.
Yeah.
So I completely understand. So that's why I always like to get into the minds of good parents that have the ideals of what is necessary to encourage the next generation for better. How do we change the culture when it comes to parents and, being able to still create as artists, where you don't have to be absent in the home to be present in the studio?
I just want to tell them, whatever you do, you have to do it to the point where it's breathing, second nature. When I'm in the house and I see my little girl, that's inspiration for millions of songs, So I can't say music took me away from my daughter. No, my daughter inspired more music and more music. Every time I see her, it's another inspirational moment. You want to hustle non-stop for that child. I work. You gotta have when you work, you pay your bills, you got your savings account for your child, but you also have your savings account on the side for your music. Like say if you get paid $500 a week, you know, you paying your bills on say with $300, $200 go in your savings account, 50 will go in for your music. You know, you do that every week. You know, that $50 add up. So once you finally get off there or something, you know, whatever you got in that second savings account for your music, you know, you can't say that, oh man, I had no time to, you know, stack up. You know, even if it's $1, man, just keep something there. You know, that way everything balance out. Your house comes first, cause you gotta have a place for where your child or your spouse or anybody that, you know, that's tied to you to stay at. You know, you gotta keep the bills paid. You know, then you go to, you know, that days that you want to go out with your family, that what that savings account for. And you know, then your extracurricular savings account, you know, just keep everything, you know, prioritized. Don't nothing come before my child. Like nothing. Like even though I hustle my ass off for her, don't nothing come before her. Like I weigh the options if I miss work for her doctor's appointment. Like everything you do, like I say, it gotta be prioritized. Like nothing comes before your child. Like man, just hustle your ass off, bro. Cause at the end of the day, your hustle inspires every dream that they have. You hear me? Like based off what you do for them, it's how they gonna grow up. Like they see you always grinding, they gonna put it in them to always be a grinder. You hear me? Always to go and get it no matter what. And they gonna instill the same thing, the same properties into their child. You know, and your legacy lives on through the things that you do for your child. That's why I'm a first time parent, you know, and I couldn't wait to be a parent. But by me being around my brothers and they had kids, and just being around my friends with their kids and see how they interacted and with the things that they did to make sure that their kids didn't go without, you hear me? Made me the parent that I am today. Now I'm an overprotective dad, but you know how dads is with their daughter.
Supposed to be.
You know, once I found out I had a daughter, you know, I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna need a lot of girls, like, cause I don't play by my baby, you know, and she's spoiled. She gonna do everything she want to. Everything that comes to her mind, she gonna do it and look for me for like, you got it, huh? Yeah, I got you. Go ahead and do your thing, baby. But like I say, man, it's prioritized. Even if you passionate about your music, bro, make sure your family took care of first, you know. It don't matter, like it be 50 cents, man. Just save it, man.
That's what's up. Now, I know that you have a lot of stuff coming up for 2018, some things that you have in the work that aren't finalized yet, but a lot of things that you do plan on getting into so far as touring, performing, actually getting those albums and projects dropped. Where can everybody, tune in to follow you so that they know exactly when and where to check you out on social media?
Man, my personal Instagram, foolish_FMF. The Foolish Music family page, Foolish Music FMF on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I just got on the Snapchat. I don't even know how to Snapchat, tell you the truth. I'm lost with that. Twitter, like Foolish Music FMF. Our music, we're gonna stay posting music to our YouTube page. It's Foolish Music. You're gonna see our logo. Our logo is the Joker face or whatever.
That's what's up.
And it's just, man, just tune in. Like this music that we're gonna bring to y'all, man, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be something big. Like you're gonna want to be a part of it. Like you want to be like, man, I had that album before it hit the shelves. Like I saw Foolish, on LSU campus with the CD giving them out.
That's what's up. So knowing that you have all of these big things coming up and that you're such a family-oriented guy, we expect a lot of big things from you, Foolish, and we are looking forward to tuning in directly to see what you have to offer, from your most emotional bouts to your inspirational journeys through the kids to actually going into the communities and give back through your inspiration and your knowledge. We do appreciate you coming through to kick the real with us right here with theantidote.com. I appreciate you giving me the time to actually pick your brain and let everybody know who you are and what you're working on. You guys, make sure you tune in with Foolish Fam Music. Make sure you stay up to date with the things that he has going on. You don't want to miss out because it's going to be really hot. The Nerdy Bird signing out.
Thank you, man. I just want to say the opportunity is all mine, man. But like you say, check into the music, man. Foolish Music Family, man. It's a movement. I mean that.